Hello everyone, welcome back to another Sims 4 video. My name is Equality and today we're going to be doing the sixth and last part, promise, of my Occult Mansion speed build. I tried doing this before already, the voiceover, but the quality didn't turn out quite well. I hope this time I am understandable. But yeah, today this is the last part of this series. It took so long to do, and I did not expect that. This was a long time. But um, what are we gonna do today? We're going to be finishing this house by building the last few rooms that are left: the ghost room, the greenhouse, and the secret wizard room. I would say. Oh, and actually also the office of the vampire. And this is actually what we're going to start with right now. So this room was basically the last room that was empty, and I thought it was a little bit too small for a bedroom, and I also didn't feel like this would make sense to put a bedroom there. So every other bedroom, basically of every other occult, has a desk in their room already. Okay, I said room twice, anyways. But except for the vampire. So the vampire doesn't really have their own desk. So I thought this could be their dedicated office. Also, since he is pretty much owning the mansion, I feel like it's just fair for them to have their own big room as an office that they could work in. And what I used for this, I just used some base game desk that I found with this base game chair as well, and one of those. It's not a bookcase, but it's like a shelving with some stuff in it. And then I wanted to have a bookcase in the back, but I didn't want to block the window, so I used two smaller bookcases from Magic, the Realm of Magic pack. And usually you get conflicts when you try to put things like this on diagonals. But I think since this room is actually already diagonal, having those bookcases there means that they're basically not diagonal, but they're actually the the right way, and that's why it works. Which is cool. It's actually quite nice that that works like that. And then just put some other painting there on the wall. And as you saw before, I went into this hallway and I did something a little bit there as well because I thought it was too empty. I put like this runner rug and I put one of those side tables that I used in the dining room, put a plant on that, and a big painting of a woman that I thought maybe could be the long lost love interest of the vampire. Just a little bit of a backstory there. Coming back to the backstory in a second, but now we're actually in the ghost room already. The ghost room was quite fast. Most of this stuff, no, actually all of this stuff is base game except for the wardrobe. The wardrobe is from Get Together, but everything else I tried to just use like older looking stuff. So the single bed and the side table and the desk as well. And then I just put the blinds, the drapes from the Realm of Magic pack that I pretty much used everywhere else as well. Also, this bedside table lamp is also from base game, and then just a mirror on the wall. And then I changed the swatches around to have more of a like a brown white color scheme in this room. So nothing too crazy. The room is not too big either. There's not a lot of space to put stuff. And I mean it's a ghost, so they don't really need a lot of stuff, right? But yeah, for the backstory, so if that didn't come across quite well in the last video, I actually already kind of made up a story for some of these sims in my mind because I feel like it's easier to build themed rooms if you already have an idea of what sims need to go there. This this sounds so much like I copied it from Little Simsy, but it's just true. Like if you know who is gonna be there, then you can give the room more personality. Um, and so I felt like it made sense to have that office like be the office for that vampire because he owns the mansion. And now we're actually coming to the secret room. that we have, which is all the way down in the basement. And what I wanted this room to be, I wanted this to be a potion, like a brewing room for the wizard slash witch that lives in the tower. And they have quite good access to that, I would say. Like they live in the tower, which is connected to the hallway, and if you walk out of the door from the hallway, the entrance to this basement is actually right next to it, which is pretty cool. And it has two rooms basically. You have this front room where the staircase leads to, and then you have the other room where this stone thing from Realm of Magic fits perfectly in. I never used that before, and I don't really think that you're supposed to use this outside of the the magic mansion that you go to in the Realm of Magic where you learn magic basically. But I used it anyways because I wanted to, and then I put this big cauldron in the middle as well because it fits super well into that circle. And then I just put some like herbs and stuff on the wall to like just potion ingredients, and those two cabinets as well that have like more ingredients and like flasks and stuff that make it look more like a brewing room, and just makes it feel like this is the type of ingredients that they have. And some of the paintings from Realm of Magic too that look like they have some information about brewing and stuff on it. So that's pretty cool. I really like this. How this turned out, I'm very happy about it. Oh, the walls are from Realm of Magic as well. The floor is from the Vampires Pact because I wanted to have a stone floor, and the stone floor from Realm of Magic is not so nice, so I had to use that one. And I tried to make it look very bright, like happy colors, because I imagined the wizard or the witch to be a very friendly one. So I wanted the colors to kind of reflect that. And then I had a normal door here first. And I am very happy about this idea. So what I thought was, I thought this wizard slash witch could have the hobby of a mixologist. So they like mixing stuff. And everyone thinks when they're talking about mixology, they mean drinks. So they have their own small little bar area down here. And whenever someone comes down here, they can they can pretty much serve them a drink, and everyone thinks that that's the mixology. But then there's actually this hidden bookcase door that no one ever gets to use because it is so obnoxious. But I managed to put it in here. And if they go through that door, so they're pretty much the only person who knows that this is actually a door and not just a bookshelf, they get to their actual potion room, and where they pretty much brewed their potion. So no one knows that it's a secret room. Only the wizard slash witch knows that. So yeah, and then I put this little thing on the wall as well that made it look a little bit more like a bar area, which I think was pretty cool. I didn't even know that item exists. But yeah, once I was done with that, we went back upstairs, and now we're coming to the biggest and probably coolest room in this whole mansion, which is the greenhouse. And what I thought was, I wanted the big area in the back of the greenhouse to be the place where there's most space to grow things. So there is a total of 6 gardening like planter boxes that I tried to place in a way that hopefully you can access all of the spots. Like I think you can walk around all of them. I really hope so. So that already gives you 24 spaces to grow plants in, and then there's going to be a few smaller planter boxes next to the door as well. So there's going to be around 30 spaces to plant things, which is cool, I guess. Or is it even 24? Yes, I think it's 24. It's 6 times. No, wait. Yeah, 6 times 4. So yeah. And then for these window spaces, I was thinking to just put like normal plants there first, but didn't really like it. And then I thought, okay, I think the coolest thing to do would be to just have these big planter boxes that fill out pretty much the whole space. Thank you, Kat, for pretty much distracting me from speaking. It's not very nice of you. That's me now. Anyways, and have that on both ends, have those planter boxes, and then in all of the other window spaces I just placed more or less random plants, or just plants that I felt like fit into this environment and fit into the space, and I tried to mix and match them a little bit so that there's a variety of plants there, right? So it's not too boring. Here with this one, I think I wanted to go back and use move objects to place another plant there, but in the end I kind of forgot to do that. But it's okay, it's fine. Another thing we have here, there's these things that come with the seasons pack. It's this the bouquet thing where you can make flower bouquets, and the beehive. I never used the beehive before, and I also didn't feel like it could fit in here very well, so I put that outside later. Right now, I was looking for a bed because what I wanted to do is I wanted to have the greenhouse double as a bedroom for the plant sim as well. And now there's a little spoiler. When I am trying this house out, this mansion, I want to play with the expanded plant sim mod. Sorry, I can't remember the person who made the mod, but it's I saw some videos and it looks really really impressive, and I saw that the plant sims can also make their own furniture. So there is no real bed that really looks like it fits a plant sim. Like I could just use any bed and make it green, but that's not really the point. So I didn't place any bed for now, and I just thought, okay, when I play with that mod, I can just let the plants sim make their own bed. And then, like I said, I placed a couple more planter boxes next to, like, close to the door area, put some more plants there. Then I put this bouquet table close to where the planter boxes are, just so that there's quick access to that. And then I just tried to add a couple more plants and clutter to make the place look a little bit more full, I guess. There's this thing, for example, this rack of um, with some tools for gardening that I put on the wall. And then here in the middle, from the plant kit, there's actually these flower cages. I would say they're quite big, but they look really really cool. And I thought they split up the space very nicely. So I thought I was going to just put those in the middle, and then it just feels more like a space to walk through. And in the middle of that space between those two cages, that's where the plant sim is going to put their bed. Yeah. So for everyone else, there is no bed. If you don't have the mod, so you can just use this as a normal greenhouse, or you can place a bed yourself there. But when I'm gonna play with it, I'm just going to let the plants and put the bed here. And yeah, I think that is pretty much almost it for the interior of the greenhouse. Like I said, I was just looking for a little bit more clutter. I put the beehive outside, put a couple more plants there, and then that was pretty much it. We are now almost done with the build. The last thing that I had to do was to put some stuff on the outside of the greenhouse to make it look more like a greenhouse and not just anything. But yeah, this took a very long time. I am very, very surprised. This was actually supposed to be my Halloween special, and now it's been pretty much almost a month later, which is insane. Um, it's no longer Halloween anymore. It's pretty much almost Christmas already now. Cat, can you stop doing that, please? Thank you. Um, and yeah, so this took way longer than I expected. Maybe because I was also kept up by the challenge, the Reaper's Rewards challenge. But I mean, it gave me a lot to do, so that's nice. And it was something else, which is also kind of cool. I was very happy about that. Actually, that was a pretty cool event. I think it was pretty cool. Um, of course, there was not a lot to do, but I feel like the teaching aspect of it was really nice. So, like I said, outside of the greenhouse, I placed a little bit more greenery. I put some scrubs, some bushes, some hedges, just to make the place look a little bit more full. I placed some rose bushes as well, just to match the theme a little bit more, because we have rose bushes in the front as well. I don't even know if this back door is even accessible because it kind of lifts up. But we will see. We will test it out later. And then I also tried to hide the basement entrance with some of the hedges. Of course, you can still see it, but I think it looks pretty convincing. Like if you don't know, then you might not instantly see that. And then just continued going around the house with those hedges a little bit more. So yeah, to the back, it looks kind of nice, very very beautiful, a lot of plants and stuff, like the greenhouse and everything. And then when we get to the front, I thought we could change it up a little bit. So from the front, I decided to put more like scary things. So I put these. There was these dead trees, almost like dead smaller dead trees, from the vampire pack that I put there. And I just thought maybe from the front it can look this scary because it's supposed to scare off people, because this is a mansion for cults. So every monster, creepy things live here and like hide from society because um, they're outcasts basically. And so this is the facade from the front is trying to scare off people and keep everyone at bay, while the back looks very beautiful. And that's pretty much it. This is the whole mansion done. Wow, this took effectively 6 weeks, but we are finally done. And now there is only one thing left to do, and that would be to tour the build. So if we walk into this house, we get to the first staircase area, to the landing. And if you go to the left from that, then you will get into the first formal living room where you can watch TV, sit in front of the fireplace, read a book. And then if you go through that and you go to the left, then you get to the first bathroom. Not much to say to that, it's just a bathroom. And if you go straight through, you get to the mermaid's room. The mermaid's room is also right next to the second hallway, which leads to the door that leads to the garden. And there's also a big picture of Vladdy Daddy on the wall. And then if you go straight through, then you get to the kitchen. And to the right of the kitchen is the dining room, which also circles back to the staircase area, to the first landing. And if you go straight through the kitchen, you get to the third corridor, which on the right leads to the office of the vampire, and to the left leads to 3 more doors and the staircase up to the tower of the wizard. To the left it goes to the garden, to the right it exits the house, and straight through we get to the greenhouse, which this is the greenhouse. And at this point I kind of realized that maybe I should have put the second floor on so that you can actually see the roofing. Let me fix that real quick. Or else it looks a little bit ridiculous. So yeah, now you can actually see all of the glass roofing a lot better. And then of course there to the right is another exit to the outside of the greenhouse. I think this looks really 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 stunning. And also I realized I didn't put any ceiling paneling floors. I didn't paint them, so they all look white. I went back and changed it later. But yeah, if you go back from the greenhouse and go to the right, then you go to the outside to the garden area, which is a little windy, a little path wise. Then there is some what do you call that? What do you call that? The water fountains. And the pool for the mermaid, and quick access for the mermaid as well, very close to their room. And then the smaller greenhouse with the tree of life in the middle. I really still need to come up with a story for that, but I think I can come up with something cool for that tree. But yeah, let's continue with the tower. So if we go back to the third corridor and we actually climb up the ladder, then we get to the to the first room of the wizard slash witch, the first tower room, which is their bedroom. It's not very big, but it's nice. I would say it has everything that they need. And then if they go up one more, then you get to the top floor of the tower, which has the office area, and there's it looks like there's a bookcase missing. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah. Uh it might be might there might be something missing there. Maybe go back and place it. Oh boy. If we go back to the main house and we go up the stairs, we come to this landing, which is also the second living room, I would say. Uh, I feel like this one is a little bit more open, and it leads to the vampire's room on the right. Then right next to the vampire's room is the werewolf's room, which is an astrologer. They like stars. Then if we go further, if we go straight through, we get to the second bathroom, which is the exact same as the first one. And to the left, we have the alien room slash lab. And to the right, we have the ghost room, which is not that big. And that's pretty much it for the main house, I would say. For the whole house, I guess, for the whole mansion. So yeah, the last thing that was there for me to do was to put the ceiling, and there it is. So that's it. That's the whole build. Yeah, I am very proud of this, and I can't wait to play in this mansion because it took so long to do, and I think it turned out so amazing. This is probably my biggest build that I have ever done, and also the one that took me the longest time to build. I mean, it took me 3 videos just to do the shell of the house, to do the roof, to do the outside, to do the greenhouse. And that is absolutely insane. So now the last thing that is there to do for me is to upload it to the gallery. So yes, if you look for my EA account, which should be Thomas70ist, you can go ahead and download this build from the gallery. It is called Occult Mansion, and it has 5 bedrooms, technically 6, but it's only 5 that are actually visible, and 2 bathrooms. And actually 2 bathrooms for so many people is not a lot. I hope they don't get into conflict. Anyways, I also thought of a little backstory for this place, which I've written down. Like I said, it only has to do about the. Sorry, I'm still sick. The vampire who built this mansion. Everything else you can pretty much customize yourself. I just feel like it makes sense to have that as the only prerequisite because I feel like that makes sense. Also, this was supposed to be a vampire's mansion before, so I think that connects pretty well to that. But yeah, that was a long 6-episode speed build Halloween special. I really hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, consider leaving a like and subscribing. That would mean a lot to me, like really a lot, because I also put a lot of effort into this build. And please also leave any comments that you have down below to what you think about this mansion. What could I have changed? What could I have added? What did I forget? Even or if you want me to build something else, let me know too. I can try because I love building in this game. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, I hope you stay kind, stay balanced, and keep gaming. And we'll see each other in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.